right, shocking history lesson of the day. Here we go. We're going to dive into this really fast. The Jewish state of Israel is not what you think it is. I can prove that. Some of you are not going to believe what I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to tell you that all of this information is available on YouTube and the internet. Look it up. All right. Israel and the Jewish state of Israel is not the real Jews. What do I mean? All right. So I need to give you a little history lesson about the Khazars. Okay. So there was an area called Khazar, and that area and those people needed to adopt a faith. And at the time, I believe that they had a choice between Judaism and Islam. And they decided to adopt Judaism. Okay. Now, mind you, they were never practicing Jews before this, but they are of a Jewish bloodline. All right. Why do I know that? I had to dive down some rabbit holes when I was looking at my blood type. Okay, so my blood type is rather unusual, and so I decided to look up the origins. I had some questions about my heritage because I thought my father had told me that he was one blood type, and I couldn't possibly have been that blood type. So I realized that I actually had misunderstood what he was saying to me. He was telling me that he was a B positive, but I thought he was saying an AB positive. So when I found out my blood type for certain, I started looking up the B positive blood type. Okay. And I narrowed this down. This particular blood type is from a particular area. I figured because it was fairly rare that there must be some sort of way of tracking that. So I went back and I looked at my ancestors, and I realized I had my grandfather, my great grandfather actually was German. And so I looked into the Gross family name, and it turns out that my bloodline and my ancestor traces back to the Northern European area where the B positive blood type comes from. Well, I wanted to trace it back a little even further than that, because what it was telling me was basically that this bloodline belongs to the Ashkenazi Jew line. Okay. So I was surprised by this. I had no idea. I really had no idea. And so I looked into this even further. And if you're Christian, you're with me here, you'll recall some stories in the scriptures about the tribe of Dan. Yes, tribe of Dan was disinherited. What was the tribe of Dan? That was the Ashkenazi line. Who are the Jews that are running the state of Israel? They're Ashkenazi Jews. And who are the Ashkenazi Jews? They're the Khazars. That's where the term Khazarian mafia comes from. So, are you being an anti-Semite by calling out Israel? No, you're not. You are not, because they aren't not the ancient Hebrews. Okay? They're a white race of people, like me, that have basically tried to eliminate the true Hebrews. And if you look at DNA, you'll find that the closest 99.8% or something like that, the closest to the ancient Hebrew line are the Palestinians. That's the truth. Go look it up if you don't believe me.